Hello, guys. Welcome to another episode of the October Adams Show. This is the 18th. Yes, this is the 18th episode, and you all are welcome. Just a moment, let me put my phone on silent mode. All right, so how has been your week? Hope you're good. Hope you're doing great. Hope you're impacting lives. Hope you're making the best out of your own life. What's up at your end? Jonathan, they enjoy. All right, so on this weekend episode, we will be looking at the challenges of doing business in. Oops, okay, sorry, I made a mistake there. All right, so we'll be looking at the challenges of doing business in Nigeria, and I'll be having a few people come join me live, and we will dissect the topic. So while we're waiting for them to come up, if you are there, wherever you are in the world, and you would like to introduce yourself, please put your name and your location in the comment section, and I will be more than happy to welcome you on the show. All right. So if you're there, if you're watching, just put your name, your location in the comment section, and or I personally would welcome you. All right. My, I know you guys can remember that, like, I said something about me not feeling so well, and I had malaria. So for now, I'm trying my best to isolate myself and stay away from anything that would cause me to affect other people. All right, so we have Moti Lade from Lagos. Thank you for being a part of this show. All right, so as I was saying, I just recovered recently, and it hasn't really been easy because for some days now, something actually happened to me, and I am not comfortable saying it in public, but yeah, like I'm actually getting over it. God willing, like all will be well. That's all I just keep saying because I have that belief that like all is going to be well. All right. So, do we have any other person watching us live that would like to introduce themselves? Please put your name and your location in the comment section. Put your name and your location in the comment section so that I'll be able to welcome you, especially. All right. Okay. Let me. So like my singlet will not be showing underneath. All right. So today's topic, as I said, is challenges of doing business in Nigeria. Challenges. Okay, I didn't even have that typed out. Come in just a moment, please. Uh, challenges of doing business in Nigeria. All right. So this is our topic for today, challenges of doing business in Nigeria. For as many of you all out there that are business people, or probably like you're thinking about doing business someday, I'm sure that like you must have seen something that to you is a drawback, something that like you feel that no, it's not right that it is in our country, but then it is what it is. So we're dissecting a few of those things that we face while doing business here in Nigeria, and hopefully also we'll try to like prefer solutions to those problems. If you're still there and you'd still like to introduce yourself, please do that. We have Rashidat Mamodu from Abuja. Thank you for being a part of the show, Rashidat. I think this should be the first time I will be seeing Rashidat on the show. Thank you. If this is your first time of being a part of the show, please make sure you first introduce yourself, and secondly, if you're watching from YouTube, please subscribe to the channel such that if we have any new topic we'll be discussing on, you'll be notified of such topic, and you will also be a part of the show. If you guys noticed recently, I've been bringing in people like more than one guest for us to discuss various topics. I am looking for different ways we can actually like lighten the whole program up and then like bring other people from their own areas of expertise to talk about what they are great at. And today is one of such days that we would be discussing something of that nature. All right, so I await my guests to come online now. Actually, I was meant to have four guests originally. Oh, we have Adebola Oni here. Hello, Mr. Adebola Oni. I remember you. I remember you while growing up. Um, in First Grade Gospel Church here. Right. Thank you for being a part of the show. You are welcome. All right. I was saying that like I am waiting for the guest. Let me just drop them a message. And they should please not forget to come online now. Okay, one of the guests is asking for 10 more minutes. So we have to like give her because she's trying to like settle down somewhere, like she was in transit the last time we spoke. So let me hit the other guest up. Oh, really? Thank you. Thank you. I never knew. I actually thought this was your first time of being a part of the show. Yeah, I remember the topic criticism. The last, that particular topic, okay, criticism. Okay, yeah, that's my last broadcast. I thought you were talking about critical thinking. When I did the broadcast for critical thinking, and then like there was a place I went to, and then someone like called me. They're like, "I watched your video online. I saw what you spoke about critical thinking," and I was like, "Wow, I wasn't even expecting people to. Well, I was actually expecting people to watch, but then like I didn't really think she was going to watch it, and it's actually made my day. So thank you, Rashidat, for being part of the show. We have thanks, Femi. You're doing a great job. So proud of you, bro. Keep up. Thank you. Democracy Ogunibaje. All right. Thank you very much. So we have Surveyor John Uwa here. Let me quickly read his bio. Just a moment, please. Let me get my phone and I'll read his bio before I bring him up. Mr. John Uwa is already smiling at me. He's somewhere there, chilling. Mr. John Uwa, I beg no vex. So, all right. So about John Uwa. John Uwa is a registered surveyor, MNIS. He has experience in hydrographic, water, geographic information system, GIS, and cadastral surveying, that's land. Prior to that, he's also a competent safety officer with the Institute of Safety Professional of Nigeria and Occupational Safety and Health Academic United States of America, OSHA. He joined the real estate group in 2016. Over the years, earned the reputation of being someone in whom his clients can trust him. His zeal over the years has earned him some awards and accolades. All right, Mr. John, are you there? Hello, Mr. John. I am done reading your bio. Can I please have you appear live? Are you there? Hello, Mr. John. Hello. Okay, so while we wait for Mr. John to come online, okay, so I think we're having a little bit of technical difficulties right now. And all right, so okay, Mr. John, can I bring you up now? Can I bring you up now, Mr. John? Just nod. They can't hear you yet. Just nod if you can hear me. Can I bring you up now? Okay, so let me bring Mr. John up. Hello, Mr. John.
Good day, sir. Atuba. I greet you, sir.
Good evening, sir. Thank you for being a part of the show. It is nice having you here. How is Lagos today?
Lagos is as usual, traffic and busy roads and busy people moving from one place to another. Busy Lagos, in
All right.
general, like Lagos is very busy. But I used to it.
Yeah, yeah, it is. It is. One of the reasons why I ran away from Lagos, like I do not like the harsh weather and the harsh conditions over there. Like 1 minute you are one tush person, the next minute you have to start speaking Omota just to like what's it called? Get your money or get your change from the drivers. All right, Mr. John, can you? Hello, Mr. John. Oh, sorry. I think it's about to rain here. It is about to rain here. Hello, Mr. John. Are you there? Your network seems to be a bit slow. Are you there? Okay, I can see you now. Welcome back.
I'm sorry, I'm having, I don't know. I've been trying to move from one place to another in the house so I can get a better network.
Yeah, but you're already live right now, so whatever you do will be used against you in the court of law.
Oh
You
my
are live.
God.
Everybody's watching you
Okay,
now.
okay, all right. All right. Okay, okay. Good day, guys. Thanks for having me, Atumba.
All right. So can we quickly talk about the business you are into, right? I know you're a surveyor, but can you quickly tell us about the business you do personally?
Okay. Like Atumba said, I'm a registered surveyor, MNIS, and but aside from being a surveyor, I'm a realtor. Because surveying and real estate works together. So I'm also a registered realtor, which I have a company I own as a realtor too.
Okay. All right. So we are waiting for Rukayat to come join us. She said we should give her a few more minutes. But while we wait for her to join in, can you quickly mention one of the challenges? Because I actually have five things I wrote down that I will be discussing. Okay, let's just dive into the first thing I have here. How easy is it to have access to capital and credit as a business owner in Nigeria? Because I think that's one of the major issues a lot of people actually have problems with when it comes to business. Having access to capital, having access to credit. So, have you ever had any issue when it comes to that?
Yeah, yes. I have, and I'm still. I think. Let me say, I still have one or two issues right now that I'm battling with, because, like I said earlier, I have a registered realtor group. And
Okay.
I have one or two guys that we work together as a team.
Oh dear, the network has begun again in Nigeria.
And
Hello, Mr. John. If you can hear me, your network has ceased and we can barely hear what you're saying at the moment. While we wait for Mr. John's network to be back, right, this is one of the issues. I think I should actually add this to one of the problems that we actually face as business owners in Nigeria, having terrible internet network. Someone wrote, Mr. Adebola only wrote that like Lagos network will shame. And
so
all right, so I'm trying to like get Mr. John to settle into a proper location. Yeah, what this is definitely one of the problems that like we face in Nigeria, having terrible network. I can imagine trying to like have a business meeting with someone in the first world country, and then the next thing, internet would mess me up. Like it's one of the issues that we actually face. Aside from the fact that like we have terrible, like high cost of payment, right? It's really terrible. It's very terrible. But what can we do? We're in Nigeria and we just have to survive. We really have to survive, and it's a shame, really. But then, what man picking will do now? Like, what can one do? Um, Business owners in Nigeria have a lot of problems that we face. And I think for me personally, I keep on saying one thing that as a as a citizen of this country, whoever it is that should take will be in power, right, should face a particular problem that like this country is having. I'll talk about that. I think Mr. John, are you ready to join back in? Are you ready now? Okay, so I guess you have to hold your phone all through the Okay, no problem then. Let me add you back on. I was talking about the problem that we face as Nigerians, like internet access and all that. Like it's really one of the major issues for business owners. Like we have poor internet access in Nigeria.
yes.
Even though we claim that this is 4G, but then like the thing will still dey hang.
There's no 4G at all, seriously, because I have my 4G lights on my phone, and I don't know why it's still misbehaving.
Yeah, and then Lagos is actually congested. Maybe
Yeah,
Lagos is really,
that's
really
true.
congested.
Maybe
All right,
I think
so we're talking about.
I have to get. I said I think I
You
have to
said,
move down to that. I think I have to move down to your location too.
please do not come to this village. This is a village for you, Lagosians. There's no need for you to come. All right, so
Uh,
we're talking about having access to capital and probably loans as a business owner. So can you share your own experience as a business owner in trying to get capital for your business or trying to
okay,
get
yeah,
access to capital for your business?
okay. I was saying earlier that I have my company right now. Yeah, it's a real estate group, and also we also sponsor some properties through the family land. So we need some money to put all these things in place, and sometimes it's actually challenging because we don't when you have this particular X amount of money with you, and you're trying to put it up for inspection, to run a document and all those things, and you're still not satisfied because you have a lot of money. And when we're talking about this, we're talking about millions. So sometimes we it's challenging because you need to look for someone that can help you out, that can bail you out, and when you get it's difficult though, but at the long run, when you get the person we're talking about percentage, the person we're talking about percentage, and sometimes you see it's actually people are aware now that you see some complaints, some banks will tell you, like Access Bank will tell you that you can loan they can loan you a particular amount of money. You see the advert all over the place, but to be sincere, it's not as easy as it is. So in terms of starting up a business, if one don't have that capital, it's difficult. It's so difficult because even when you go to bank, they have to check your account to know what they can loan you. And as you're loaning for the first time, you have a particular amount to give to you with the same interest. And if you're meeting someone to invest, to that to tell the person wants to know your business plan before giving you that X amount of money. And even when the person decides to give you that money, there will be a deadline. And if you don't meet up,
For you to pay back.
that is.
It'll give you a deadline for you to pay back.
Yes, there's a deadline for you to pay back. And in terms of real estate, as soon as they hear your proposal, your business proposal, they want to come in. They want to come. They will just tell you, guy, let us. I have to partner. Let us be. If I'm dropping this money, they have to partner. I have to be part of this because they know this is a real estate business. I'm not giving. Okay, fine. You want this? I'm giving you this money, but I have to be part of this. I'm not just releasing this money. So you don't have. If you don't have any choice, you have to just bring the person in.
Okay, so the question is this: I know you're into real estate, right? And you said something about people wanting to partner rather than for them to loan you the money so that you can do the business. But is it as lucrative as as people assume that like real estate is? I know that like I'm deviating a bit, but I just need to ask that question because a lot of the time people would assume that like because I'm borrowing money, within 6 months you should be able to like double or triple the money. But does that interest come like that? Like, do you make that huge money overnight in the real estate the way most people make it look like?
Yes, in real estate, like what there are some what's it called, some quotes that say what's it called, landlord grow richer in their sleep. Real estate is actually a sector of gold mine. It's a sector of gold mine, as in a place that when you invest, you get a good ROI, return on investment. So it's
But how
something that.
soon is it? Okay, like my question is, how soon is it? How soon do people get
Oh,
the
okay,
money?
okay, okay. In terms of how soon, yeah, there's no, we don't, I can't say there's a particular period because your location, in terms of real estate, I tell people that your location matters a lot. If you're investing in real estate, your location play a major role. If you invest in a place that is, for example, let me use that as an example. If you invest in Ikorodu, yeah. and you
All
invest
right.
in Lekki, you invest in Koda, invest in Lekki, is that two different places? Oh, excuse me, hold on, sorry. If you invest in Kodu and Lekki, the two different places, the ROI you get in Kodu is be lesser than what you get in Lekki. So if I'm requesting a loan from you and I want to plan, I want to use it for a property in Ikorodu, of course, the 6 months might not be possible as it depends on what I'm actually collecting, I'm getting from me, the loan I'm getting from me. But if you're investing in Lekki, for example, of course, and you have a good backup, as in people, also rentals that can market ASAP, and you have a good jingles, believe me, less than that 6 months, you get your money back.
Okay, all right. So let's get back to what the points I have right now. Number two I have on the list is one of the challenges that like we face as in doing business is electricity and power supply. Electricity and power supply. Like I wish Rukayat was here, but before you dive into that part, I would allow you to talk. But let me just quickly share my own experience when it comes to electricity. All right. It will shock a lot of you guys to know that since I have started this broadcast, this is the 18th episode, right? I have never had electricity to do this live broadcast. I kid you not. I have never had electricity to do this live broadcast. Every time I would want to do a live broadcast, it is around that period they will take the lights. Like it is really annoying. It is really frustrating that in 2021 we can still not boast of 12 hours of light in a day. I know that like there are some areas that like actually have access to electricity for that long a time, but not every area in Nigeria has. There are some areas in those states where I am that like they haven't had light in years, in 10 years. It is that bad. So a lot of people will probably like see me and then they will be like, dude, I love what you do. I love this, but they will not know the effort I put into this. I can't tell someone abroad that like NEPA just took the light. There was actually a time that like I was in a Zoom meeting and I was talking to these whites, right? We were having like this round table thing, and then the next thing, the light went off, and I could not explain to them that like, guy, like it was actually quite embarrassing, like very embarrassing, like. Anyway, that's my own experience. Can you share your own experience, John, when it comes to electricity problem?
Sorry, permit me to say this, yeah. In terms of electricity, yeah,
Okay.
it's better now. Let me use my area because I know some areas in Lagos are still having challenges. But in my place
Okay.
around the Aba, it's still better because we have at least above 12 hours in a
Yeah.
day,
So sorry for cutting you
and
short. I think I actually experienced that the last time I came to Lagos. I was at Sabo December. I was at Sabo in December for like 2 days, I think. And yeah, the lights to a large extent was better than what I used to know it to be. Sorry, you can continue. I just wanted to
okay,
like chip
okay,
that in.
yeah, it's possible, yeah, because but to be sincere, I do tell my wife and everybody around me when they
Okay.
say whenever they take the lights, they say you these people then try you. I will be like, what do you mean? Am I not paying bills? What do you mean?
You
They have the right to
get
give me to give me power 24 hours. As in like 365 days. What do you mean they try? What's there? Like they shouldn't take that light at all. But one thing I noticed when I moved to this area, like I have
mhm.
someone that like my landlord is an IT person and he likes pushing. So he told me that John, we have some here we have to push. So we keep sending mail. We keep sending mail to them. We put up on Twitter. We write to them on Twitter. We put call through to them. And got to a point, they are used to us. They know that if we don't give this guy, I don't know. I'm sure, like my landlord, and one or two guys on the street, like they know if you don't give this guy power, these guys are going to call. So they will even if you sometimes don't know, they just take a light and we will receive a text message that our team are working on. Just like life don't spoil again. But this guy, to tell you the level at the thing that some people don't know, especially in Nigeria and Lagos, they feel I can't talk to NEPA anyhow. I can't talk to. I tell them no, they are paying for this. It's not the NEPA that I used to know. As in,
You're
talk to
right.
these people,
You're right.
send them a mail, and they will return. They will give you feedback. And when they get to know that this
All
is
right.
actually an issue to them,
I'm sorry to cut you short. At this point in time, I need to bring up Rukayat. Rukayat, are you ready for us? Just nod your head if you're ready for me. Just nod your head. Oh, okay, great. All right, so let me add Rukayat to the stuff. I am going to change the format. Okay, Rukayat, welcome to the
Hello.
show.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
All right,
I'm
let me
very
remove.
sorry for. Thanks for having me. I'm very sorry for being late.
All right, so let me quickly read Rukayat's bio. She is an engineer. She's a lecturer at Kwara State University, right?
Yes.
She's the mother of two or three boys.
Two.
I'm sure they're not up to 5 yet.
No. Just two. The economy is not friendly. So
Okay, all right. So let me quickly talk about how I met Rukayat before we dive into the other points. Please follow me. All right. So myself and Rukayat met on an importation group on WhatsApp. That was when we were into importation some years back. And she has been a fantastic lady. At the time, she was in India doing her master's. Am I correct?
yep.
You're doing your master's in India then,
Yes,
right? When we
yes.
first met, before you came down to Nigeria, you got married, and then like I think you went back out of the country again. I think you came, you
Mm,
left.
yeah, I
I don't
left.
know.
Then now I'm out again.
Ajala travel. Anyway, thank you for being a part of the show. So we've been discussing the different challenges we face in Nigeria. The first part that like we discussed was having access to capital, and then the
Okay.
second part was electricity. Electricity. I think you guys are able to have lights very well now. Now they get like
No.
20 hours.
Lights 24 hours, 7 days a week, 30 days a month, every day.
You guys can you imagine? I can remember the time that like I was in Niger State. I was serving in Niger State like 10 years ago. That was 2011, and for a whole month they won't blink the lights. But
Wow.
come down to like other states in the south, like we hardly have electricity. So I am sometimes pushed to think that like is there a kind of bias between the northern part of Nigeria and the southern part of Nigeria when it comes to electricity? I don't know. That
I think the northern part, they generate mostly in the northern part. The Shiroro Dam is in Niger State. So I
Niger
think
State, yes,
it's
yes.
fair enough if they have more power.
Yeah, Kanji, Shiroro, and Jeba Dam. Yes, those three.
Yes, Shiroro, Kainji, they're all in Niger State. So I think that's the reason.
All right, so let's quickly jump into the third point that we have on the list, government regulations. I'm going to start from you,
Okay.
Rukayat. I think recently we had an issue where the government banned cryptocurrency, and then like for some people that like would like to do or purchase dollars online, it's always difficult for us.
Yes.
What do you have to say about this from your own
Uh,
experience?
yes. One of the major problems we face in Nigeria is the problem of government policies. Government
Mm,
policies are always changing from time to time. So when you start a business and you're hoping that, oh, now my business is growing and becoming better, all of a sudden there's going to be a government policy that will just, make all your efforts just come to naught. So for example, my experience with first cryptocurrency,
okay.
I used to trade cryptocurrency, not really much into it, but there was a time I was just hearing about Bitcoin. I didn't know what it was about. So
Okay.
when I asked people, I didn't get enough information. So I just tried to buy one day And then I advertised that I was selling. Then somebody bought from me, and from there I started getting to know about it.
Iyalaje.
But with these government policies now, I'm actually facing one issue right now because I'm trying to move some funds to Belgium. I'm in Belgium, but
All
now
right.
the government has stopped um, changing. You cannot change money from the bank. You cannot go into a bank and buy dollars. You have to
Imagine.
take your money to Aboki, buy the dollars, and then open a domiciliary account, put the money in the account, and then transfer it. So you can imagine how much loss you are going to incur in doing that. So now
Well,
I decided to try PayPal. PayPal too comes with its own issues. But although here the good thing is that PayPal is legal here. For example, in Nigeria now, PayPal is not accepted in Nigeria. You can just receive money. Um
no, you can
you
only
cannot
pay with it.
you can
You
only
can't
pay with
receive
it. You
money.
cannot withdraw money from PayPal in Nigeria.
Okay.
So you can imagine business owners having to use PayPal and with all those things. So let's look at government policies. They just change every time and then your business just goes down.
All
Then
right.
if you are
All
in
right.
Lagos, so I think that also affects you a lot. Lagos state governments, they are
Yeah,
very
I think
good at
that's what I was actually asking Mr. John at the moment. Okay, like he's here on my screen. All right. Have you ever had any issues with government regulations when it comes to your business? As government regulation, like let's say Lagos State brings up a law and it affects your business. Have you ever had any issue like that, Mr. John?
Yes. A quick one, doing the last governor regime in Lagos State,
Somebody.
there's a law that came up. Actually, one part of the law is favorable and the other part is not. When they have to increase, there's what we call a scale of fee in terms of surveying. That's where that is actually a fixed price that has been stated for each location when if anyone wants to carry out the survey job. It just felt okay, fine. Lucky is actually people are buying the property for each amount of money, and I have to. Yeah, it's not advisable for them to be for the government to be receiving a low amount of money to run a survey job. So you increase Lucky that's a theater to like 1 million naira for you to run the
Wow.
survey, and it's actually a huge money. A huge money in terms of that. I'm talking about survey profession now. Like when the clients call you as a surveyor, they want you to do a job for them. As they tell you sir, and you tell them 1 million naira for a survey, they look at you like 1 million naira as in how, like 1 million naira is so huge. You now start coming down, and there's a level at which you come down that it can affect your skill, because you have a profession will have a particular amount that you can the least amount that you can charge. So, but sometimes because you want to get the job, you don't want to lose the job, you try to move away, and so that's actually the disadvantages, in some part. And in terms of the client, it might be favorable to surveyors, like when you do 1 million job, 1 million naira job, fine. But in terms of the client, it's not favorable. But there's other parts that is actually okay. That means in terms of this, they brought out a law for this. I don't know if you are familiar with these land grabbers or monile. They call them monile
Okay.
in the western side. They brought a law because they find that these people do go to sites and to disturb people. If you buy property, they sell your property. So they said they brought out the law that any monile that they arrested, that they are going to jail the person for 21 years. So it's a good one. At the point, we don't all the money less that when you go to your site, you don't see them. Your land is safe, your property is safe. That's actually an advantage of government policy that has actually helped a lot of people that people have invested in real estate. So, but the other part in surveying aspect, adding more money to the survey fee is not a good one at all.
All right. So that takes us to number 4 on my list. I'm trying to like look at the time so that like we'll not outshoot the time that like we have here. Number 4 on my list is corruption and bribery. Corruption and bribery. Has any of you had any incidents? I'm going to start with Rukayat. Have you ever had any incidents where you saw broad daylight corruption when it comes to doing business? Like it affected your business, just because you could not grease somebody's palm, and then like you now have to like I don't know. Please share with us.
Uh, yes, this is not exactly. It's a personal experience, but not exactly to me. It didn't exactly
Okay.
happen to me. It was my friend. She was opening a factory for soap production, and then she was supposed to get a NAFDAC number. And
Not that
the
issue.
government says they support small businesses, but when it comes to getting the documents to stand up your small business, it's a lot of work. So we had to go to NAFDAC, and then because we were going the right way, we were just following all the protocols and all.
Due
It
process.
took more than 1 year before we
Wow.
could get the NAFDAC number, and after spending a lot of money. So you can imagine government says they support us, but when you are trying to get NAFDAC number or so many things, it's unless you maybe grease palms or something. But if you are trying to do it the right way, so then it took us almost 1.5 years to get NAFDAC number for a single product. So you can imagine how much we would have lost then, because each time NAFDAC comes to inspect, you have to pay. So once
True.
the
True.
inspection period is over, you have to call them for another inspection, and then you have to pay. So you have to keep paying and paying and paying them for maybe 4 or 5 times they will come
So
for
my question
inspection.
is this thing deliberate? Because like they'll just be like, okay, if you cannot settle us, then we are going to frustrate you.
Yes,
Now, is this a
it's
government
definitely
thing or is it
deliberate.
a Nigerian factor?
It's a Nigerian factor. It's deliberate because like for me now, in Nigeria I've seen, then now I'm here now. Anything you want to do, just go to the government office, ask them the procedure, and then there's nothing is stopping you. Once you know the procedure and then you are able to fulfill the terms, you are good to go.
It didn't
Nothing.
shock you. It didn't shock you. Say
Ah,
they know the tell you say you come back tomorrow.
you come back just few minutes. Once you meet the criteria, they will tell you what you have to do. Once you do them, you are good to go. Nothing will stop you.
One of the issues that I have with this country, I'm about to show something, is with this trying to get a passport.
Wow,
Right?
yes.
The last time I went to renew my passport, the first thing they said was that like there are no more papers.
I
That's the
experienced that.
norm that I can tell you. Then the next thing, if you now go through one or two other person, and then you now say that like actually there's no paper, but we'll just do your capturing. Then we'll now let you know when paper is available. But we see other people that like come that same day, and they get their passport that same day also, and you'll be like, even though me say I see the pay, oh, but you know say hierarchy day for the payments.
I had the same experience. I had the same experience. I had been going, I wanted to renew my passport, and it was taking a lot of time, and I needed to use it. I needed to travel then. I needed to go to South Korea or something. So I needed my passport urgently. Then I just told my dad, and he said he knew somebody that knew the controller. So somehow I got a letter and went to the controller. I got my passport the same day. You can
Imagine,
imagine I had been waiting weeks. They told me there was no
imagine.
paper. So when I just went to see the controllers, that means there was paper, but for those who come in through some people from the office. So it's so
But
bad.
this particular issue is always in the government agency. Why is that? How? So sometimes I tend to like ask myself that like how can we curb this corruption thing because it goes beyond just the politicians and probably like a governor or something of that nature. But how do we curb this particular corruption? So someone just wrote something here. I want to bring it up on the screen. Mamadou Rashidat Sophia. So like there's paper, you will have to pay extra money.
You have to pay extra money, or you know somebody that is high up.
You know somebody that's yeah.
But really, okay. Over to you, Mr. John. Have you ever had any situation where you were faced with corruption and bribery in broad daylight while doing your business?
Yes, sir. I don't want to talk about the passport thing now because I'm also I'm experienced thing also. But in terms of let me use surveying now. A registered
Okay.
surveyor, you have you're actually privileged to do. There's a leverage for some things. And but sometimes I find myself, I mean, in a tight corner because in terms of when it comes to the registration of document registration of land or let me say property,
Okay.
yeah, there's always an issue. As a surveyor, I can tell you that after doing your survey, coming to your site, I coming to site to carry out the survey. The survey will be ready in 3 weeks time, which is fine. But going further to get the CFO, or maybe you want to get the building plan. The building plan is really worst. Building plan in Lagos State, I don't know about that state, but Lagos State is really worst because I mean you have to you have to go move from one place to another. Because and
Hmm.
again, the good thing about this building plan is that if you want them to, the thing can last just like what you said about like a year, 6 months, 7 months, and to frustrate you. You want to build, you have a budget, you have a plan, you have a scheduled date. But these people, if they don't approve in Lagos State, if they don't approve your building plan, then you can't. If you build without not getting a building plan, they're going to fine you. You pay another fine for it. So what they do is that what the information what I used to tell people, my clients, is that when they come to me, I say I'm a surveyor, I'm not a builder, but I can tell you one or two things that will help you. If you know you want to file in your building plan for approval, it's better you go to that district and talk to the engineer in the office and tell the engineer to do that job for you. Tell him to draw the plan for you, and if it's a story building, tell him to draw the structure for you also. Because he is going to do. I'm not saying what he's doing now.
Is the engineer supposed to be the architect to draw the building on a very good day?
No, 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 no. The engineer is also a professional. Like what I'm saying is that what I'm trying to say here is that when you give the engineer knows the whole what's it called, the whole details that should be entered into that thing. So for you to get your approval, just like what Rukaya said, for you to get this thing ASAP, it's better you give it to that engineer. The engineer will be the one to approve it also. You understand? That is your idea now. If you don't want to like this when we say long thing. So, but if you give it to some, for example, if you give it to someone outside an architect, I'm not saying they are doing something that is bad now, but you might give it to an architect and the person will review it. You might not meet the standard of the Lagos State, what's it called, in terms of building. So, but when you give it to me as an engineer inside, I'm not an engineer, I'm a registered surveyor, please. When you give it to me, like I know the specifications, I will do based on the specification. And if I remember that I'm the one that did this job, if I want to screen that job, I will screen that job based, but I cannot just screen a job that I did myself. Like this thing is not right. You understand what I'm saying? So it's actually
Nigeria.
it's actually a scope now. That but you guys should pay for. You have to pay for this because I'm giving you a secret. So it's better you go in there. But if you don't, you can spend 6 months because when they check. Well, I have a friend that is a Christian. When I say he's a Christian, doesn't go. He will just tell you that please just take it. And if you are coming to him after checking all this and you notice that the thing is not nice, and you want to tell him to do it for you, tell you no, I can't. That maybe you brought this to me already at first, I'll do that. But now that you're bringing it to me, look as if I actually screen your job because I want to do the job. He will tell you he's not doing it. So it was that I
Hmm.
actually got that idea from that. It's better you give either the structure you are doing story building or the building plan, give it to someone inside so the person can help you screen your job. And the person will still stand beside the job and will tell the person the next office that the job is going to that this job is for me. I did this job, so please. But without that, bros, um, you know,
All right. I think we are getting close to the end of
we,
the program. I don't want us to like 50 minutes today. All right. So in one or 2 minutes each, I'll start from you, Rukayat. What do you feel, or what are the things that like you feel can be done to make businesses better in Nigeria? Just in 1 or 2 minutes, and then I'll face Mr. John, and then like I'll say my own part, and then we'll call it a day. So over to you.
Yes, to make businesses do better in Nigeria, we know what the government is supposed to do, but we have to face the reality. Even if government is going to do something, it's not going to be a day job. So as Nigerians, and we already know the limitations of our businesses and so many other things, so we have to find a way to work around the existing situation, because the situation is already existing unless you want to leave Nigeria. Maybe you want to join the Japa gang. But if you are still in Nigeria, then you have to just find a way to, work around the people are still doing businesses in Nigeria and they're making it. So you have to try and find the right informations and so many other things, how you can go around the situation and make your business prosper.
All right. All right. Thank you very much. Mr. John, your solution to having a better business environment in Nigeria?
All right. I think this still boils down to the government now. We said something about someone said something about corruption, and we talked about the power aspect. There are some things that sometimes some people have a business plan, and it does not really require a lot of money, but some of this infrastructure that is not properly put in place is actually a barrier to that person. For example, someone that has a freezer and wants to start selling block or start selling drink, and the person cannot afford a generator. If there's a power supply, it's standby, a 24/7 power supply, then you're giving that person an opportunity for him or her to start that business. You understand what I'm saying? So to cut the long story short, what I'm trying to say here is that they should do the right thing. Government should do the right thing, and not just do the right thing, but make sure they do the right thing. They do it right. They do that right thing. They do it right. Make sure they do it right. That's what I have to say this evening.
All right. So from my own end, I think what I would say is this. Everything starts from every one of us. If you want a better Nigeria, if you want a better business environment in Nigeria, then each and every one of us has to put in that work to make this country work. Because we might be the one in power tomorrow, and if we are not giving our best today in making our own little environment a saner place for people to come do business, then when we're in power, we will not we will still carry that same mentality that like this is our own national cake. Like we would still carry that mindset, which is what is affecting a lot of us. Everybody wants to share a piece of the national cake, and that's why we are not moving forward in this country. I would like to thank everyone that took our time to be a part of this show, and I would want to most especially thank Rukayat and engineer Rukayat. I call you engineer Rukayat.
Yeah, you can.
You don't collect problem.
Yeah, now you should. Yes, I've since 2014. So you call me engineer, so you should call me engineer, please.
So it's been fun having engineer Rukayat and surveyor John Boa as my guest, and to each and every one of you guys out there, if you're going through one issue or the other in your businesses, just keep pushing forward. It will not be like that forever. It is just a phase, and even if you do not have the opportunity to jump back over from Nigeria, just be calm, keep pushing forward, and one day you will blow. Like one day you will blow. On that note, I would like to thank everyone watching right now. Those of you that came for 2 minutes and then you ran away. Those of you that stayed to the end of the show, thank you. I know that like we are so small, but then we are growing. And as I always say, always be the best version of yourself. The world would be a better place when you are a better version of who God has created you to be. Thank you, everyone, once again. And we have come to the end of the show. Have a lovely weekend and goodbye.